Om. Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om. Salutations to one and all, to the Lord, to the entire Masters Guru Parampara. Today also, before we start our Mandukya Upanishad class, in our daily studying Shakti series. Today's Shakti is a bit familiar to all of you, yet we will again know it. And that is the Shastra Gnana Shakti. In fact, in my personal opinion, among all the Shaktis, this is the most profound, perfect, powerful, everlasting Shakti. The Shakti of Shastra Gnana. First of all, what are the Shastras? Shastras are tried and tested and result oriented writings of the greatest of the human beings who not only have achieved their own ultimate perfection, who in their own purest of the hearts have the only intention that every individual, every jiva will have to achieve the perfection. मतलब अपने आप एक परफेक्ट स्थिति पे रहकर सब परफेक्ट होना है, इस सहृदयता से ऋषि मुनि गुरुओं के द्वारा जो व्यक्त ज्ञान है वही शास्त्र है. वो शास्त्रों में वो वाला ज्ञान है. Therefore, at any way, any way you see, there is no malice in the Shastras. There is no impurities in the Shastra. The purest are the Shastra because they are universally applicable and they are for the benefit of every individual at their outer Vyavahara level, at their own inner level, at their own innermost level. In fact, the kindness of Paramatma has come to us in the form of the knowledge of Shastra. Thus, knowing it, if one can really tune to them and learn from them and mold their lives, they'll be so Shaktishali, no problem is unsurmountable, no challenge is unconquerable, no goal is unachievable. Shastra Jnana Shakti. When I say here Shastras, mostly Adhyatmika Shastra. Even in the world also, in whatever the field you are there, that field has its own knowledge. That becomes the Jnana of that Shastra. Then when you have that Jnana, you are Shaktishali. Like Bhautika Shastra. When you have Bhautika Shastra Jnana, you are Shaktishali in that the Bhautika Kshetra. No? Physical science, everything science, Shastra, Bhautika Shastra, Rasayana Shastra, Ganita Shastra, Artha Shastra, Rajaniti Shastra. Whichever the Shastra is there, if you have the Jnana, that Jnana gives you that particular required Shakti to excel there. If I am in politics, if I don't have the political knowledge, then I will only be insulted there. I will not be succeeding in that. In this way, in every field there is a Shastra. In that Shastra there is a Jnana. That Jnana itself is a Shakti. Okay, in general. But particularly here, we are talking about not the Bhautika Jnana Shastra, but Adhyatmika Jnana Shastra. That Jnana itself is Shakti. उस ज्ञान, उस शास्त्रों का शक्ति, the power of the Shastra Jnana, we must possess. Like every day, we are talking about the Shaktis, but that Shakti we have to invoke, become Shaktishali to express and succeed. So the Shastra Jnana Shakti. There is no Shakti more powerful than our Shastras. Now, what are our Shastras? The Vedas, Shrutis, Upanishads, Then our Puranas, all 108 of them, our Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata, then our Smriti Granthas, Gitadi, and so many Shastras given to us by the Gurus. Every one of them have such a knowledge which can really empower us so much. Shastra Jnana Shakti. The one who has got support of Shastra Jnana, thoroughly convinced Shastra Jnana, he can never be defeated. He can never do wrong. If today's our minds are confused, not able to take right decisions, only thing is our intellects are empty of the knowledge of the Shastra. Second thing is what? Shastras, as I said, are the authority of knowledge because they have come from the source of the selfless rishis and munis. We can always rely on them. And without any doubt or question, we can rely on them. Shastra never cheats, never deceives, never binds, never troubles. If you don't study Shastra, also the Shastra will not feel bad about you or punish you. And when you do it, it does only help, never it harms. You see, therefore, blindly one can follow Shastra even to become Shakti Shali to succeed in life's difficulties and goals. शास्त्र में विलक्षण शक्ति है एंड द शास्त्र ज्ञान एंड इन द शास्त्र टोल्ड upasana and in the shastra told karma and in the shastra told dhyana. These we were as Hindus practicing, therefore we were invincible to the people of the world, other people. Therefore what they did was they destroyed our shastras and they made us so weak and they induced into us the jnanam of the kama krodha adi. By that we were made so weak. शक्ति देने वाले ज्ञान वाले शास्त्रों को हमसे दूर ले जाकर हमें कमजोर करने वाले ऐसी चीजों को उन्होंने हमारे बुद्धि में भर दिए, हम उसको लेते गए. इफ यू सी नाउ 130 crores of Indians, 60 crores if you remove as Christian, Muslim and all the Nastika, among the 70 crores, how many of us know Shastra? Shastras are tried and proved and tested things. They are codified in the form. Ki they lived like that, they suffered. They lived like this, therefore they succeeded. It is such a open, crystal clear thing to you. Shastra Jnana protects us. The Shastra Jnana Shakti helps us succeeding in conquering the outer problems, inner and innermost. Now I'll give you an example. Arjuna. He was defeated outside. Is it not? His kingdom was taken away. And he was such a miserable person, wandering in the jungle for such a long years of 12 plus 1. You know, his outer failure. Failure means outer problem, dukkha. Living in jungles only, jungly. बंजारा वन में चरण करने वाला बंजार थे वो लोग. नो इकोनॉमी, जीरो. What was in the mind of Arjuna at that time? Dukkha, frustration, anger and all. That my wealth is taken away. So outside also he was bankrupt. Inside also he was absolutely miserable, frustrated. What about a spiritual ultimate thing? About that also he was zero. Now Bhagavan came in that Kurukshetra war and he gave him that Bhagavad Gita Jnana Shakti. Is it not? Now see that. With the Gita Jnana Shakti means Shastra Jnana Shakti. Did he win the war outside or not? By that did he get his Rajya Lakshmi or not? You got it. But did he get his inner peace of mind, joy or not? Gita Jnana Shakti ke karana. Yeah. When did he achieve his spiritual goal or not? Yeah. तो भगवद गीता शास्त्र के ज्ञान के शक्ति से आध्यात्मिक उपलब्धि हो गया, देन मानसिक शांति हो गया, भौतिक जगत का विजय भी हो गया. Believe it, so direct it is. An example. So too, Sri Ramayana. Sri Ramachandra ji, he also had outer problem of all the wealth lost. He had to go away from the kingdom. Sita ji is abducted, so much of dukkha in him. But in his dharma paripalana and all his effort of trying to get the friendship of Vanara, Sugriva, Ityadi, and his own power, when he fought war and defeated Ravana and got Sita ji, is that Shastra not giving us a message as to how to cope up with the unexpected problems, how to sort them out? Bolo. Any of our Shastras you take, that Jnana is so Shaktishali. Now you read Bhagavad Purana. The outer story that Parikshit was cursed, then he was 7 days listened to Bhagavata, he got the mukti. That is a very direct answer. That Bhagavata Shastra Jnana has given such a Shakti to Parikshit ji that he got liberated. It's okay outside, but inside, go to every skanda of Bhagavad Purana. What a jnana, and with the jnana, what a tremendous Shakti for us to defeat the inner enemies of Rajo Tamo Guna, the outer negative enemies, and the innermost enemies of the ignorances. Is it not? Read the Upanishads. What a colossal, great Jnana Shakti it is there. It says you are Amrita Putra, you are immortal self, you are not this mortal Deha Indriyadi. With this knowledge, will not that power of confidence comes to us? शक्ति जो आती है इससे कहाँ से आएगा दसो बताओ we are all lacking that jnana. Some of us listen at the superficial level and leave it or forget it. Own that knowledge, make it so deep, become identified with that, and stand on the strength of that knowledge. I tell you, no thing outer and inner can defeat us. See how Deha, Indriya, Manobuddhi are given, why they are given, how they have to be managed, used, how much knowledge our Shastras give, the Prakaranas, etc. If we can study them, if we can empower ourselves, the Shastra Jnana, I tell you, first of all, we will not be defeated by our own ignorance. We will not be defeated by our own delusion. We are not defeated by our own mind, intellect, and senses and body. यही तो हमको हरा रहे हैं. We can conquer all of them. Once we conquered this, how dare anybody can again defeat us in the world? शास्त्र ज्ञान से बढ़कर शक्ति मेरे दृष्टि में तो और कुछ नहीं. Mahabharata. What a knowledge in 1 lakh shlokas there. How wonderful it is. And nothing but knowledge, knowledge, knowledge continuously given. See the remaining Puranas, the Yoga Vasishtas, the Brahma Sutras, ऑल ऑफ देम भरा हुआ है इतना जीवन को धन्य बनाने वाले ज्ञान रूपी शक्ति हमें देने के लिए. तो हमको पढ़ना लिखना आता है या दिमाग है या यूज कर सकते हैं. हाँ, अब उसको हम मिसयूज कर रहे हैं बाय गैदरिंग अनवांटेड इंफॉर्मेशन. नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट द सेविंग शक्ति कॉल्ड एज नॉलेज, लेट अस पुट ऑल आवर एफर्ट्स टू गेन इट विथ मोर कमिटमेंट. Take your time, give your time. Question is of regularity, sincerity. And one should aim at a achievement wherein, like, we keep a time target in a year's time. One Shastra, let us take Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Jnana ka mujhe Shakti chahiye. So, just study chapter 1. What is Arjuna Vishada Yoga? If not every word, every shloka, total story, what is in first chapter. If Arjuna, Krishna went in central place. Arjuna saw everyone, said, I will not fight war. Then he went on giving all reasons. Let that first chapter's jnana give you some shakti. Oh, this is how an individual wrongly assesses the situation and demoralizes himself and misses the greatest opportunity of the highest achievement. Oh, let me be alert about it. If that jnana is there, that itself is a shakti. ज्ञान से बढ़कर कोई शक्ति नहीं है ना दुनिया में. Every shakti is jnanam only. Second is what? Chapter 2 you take Sankhya Yoga. How Bhagavan dealt. Is it not? He straight away said, don't cry, nobody is worthy of crying. Then he gave first the ultimate standpoint of Atma Jnanam. Then he related with the Yuddha. Then he told Yuddha how it is to be done to become qualified for Atma Jnanam. And the required thing is called as Samatva. देखो, युद्ध को समबुद्धि से करो तो साधना बनता है। अब युद्ध ही साधना बनता है तो बाकी सब भी साधना बन सकते हैं। व्हाट इज साधना? टू नो द रियल सेल्फ विच हैज नो बर्थ और डेथ, नो बर्थ नो डेथ, इटर्नली देयर, ऑल प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व। Go to third chapter. Where to start from? Bhagavan says karma yoga. What is karma? What is karma yoga? What is the yajna bhavana? How we cannot avoid karma? What is the influence of prakriti on our karma? देखो, each chapter. It doesn't take much time. थोड़ा sincere हो जाओ. You will be having the Jnana of Shastra. That itself is the Shakti. If not all, at least chapter 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 15, 18. These 6 chapters also you study good. And most practical, beautiful chapter in Gita is chapter 14. It very conspicuously talks about 3 gunas, their influence and their effect, and how to transcend them. All that comes. Itna badhiya hai. If that jnana is there with us ready made and we are ready to use it, where is the problem? Is it not? Shastra Shakti, Jnana Shakti, no Bhagavatam. Any of the one skanda you take. And the best of all is the 11th skanda because Jnana Moksha. We are studying that only from more than 3-4 months, 2 months, I think. We are into 16th chapter, even more than that. How beautiful it is. We should have more retention power. We should more remember it. Then it will be ours. That's okay. But we are at least recognizing the Shakti of the Jnana of the Shastra. 10th skanda, see Leelas of Bhagavan. 7th skanda, see that Prahlada Charitra. Everyone is so beautiful. 8th skanda, the Gajendra Moksha, Kshirasagara Mathuram. What a beautiful topics there are. In those Shastra story, there is Jnanam hidden. Let that Jnana be with us. Please, please, please. Never become weak just because of the promotion to ignorance. So, gain knowledge and become stronger. And knowledge is of our own Shruti Spuriti Purana Itihasa. In that Gita, few chapters, Bhagavata, 1 or 2 Skandha, 1 Upanishad, 1 or 2 Prakarana Grantha like Vajagovindam or Atmodhar Vivek Chudaman. Let that knowledge be always with us as Shakti, mainly to defeat the inner enemies, then the outer, and also mainly to achieve the inner goals, then the outer. So today's topic is Shastra Jnana Shakti. Every day, let us study Shastra, at least few mantras, few shlokas. Not only Parayanam, we are talking about study. Listen from some Guru Acharya, thoda manana karke, oh, this is what is the meaning of that shloka, this is what its application in this situation, this is how it is useful to me. Shastra Jnana Shakti. विद्वान सर्वत्र पूज्यते, शास्त्र विद्वान सर्वत्र पूज्यते. And also tell your children and all, beta, you anyway read books instead of that reading all the waste, time wasting things, शास्त्र को पढ़ो, ज्ञान को बढ़ाओ. ज्ञान ही शक्ति है, अज्ञान ही कमजोरी है. Tell your children. Let entire nation, all the human beings become the Shastrajna as well as Atmajna and as well as Ananda Swarupa. Thank you. We'll stop today. We'll enter into our Upanishad.